My name is Eli Sailer-Haugland, and I am doing a Computer Ethics 3111 presentation on music piracy. According to the Recording Industry Association of America, music piracy is the unauthorized copying of copyrighted music. The punishments of copyright infringement could leave you with a felony record, 5 years of jail time, and a fine up to $250,000. There are many types of music pirating that can take place. This could be stripping the audio from a public music video and acting as if you bought the song, sharing or downloading music from a public or private server, as well as instant messaging and email, where others can access your content and upload their own content, or burning a CD with unauthorized copyrighted music to use and share with others. In some cases, many people can download music for free due to the fact that artists made their music legally available for free. However, in other cases, downloading or burning music onto a CD does not mean it is legal, especially if the artist did not make their music legally free. What are the factors that cause music piracy? Well, first, younger people are more likely to pirate music than older people. 2 studies were done in a suburban California high school and the University of Lincoln, Nebraska, showing that 61% of music players owned by high school students ages 14 to 17 had 842 pirated songs on their music players, and a University of Lincoln, Nebraska student had successfully pirated 381 songs on her school computer. People are also more likely to pirate music if they have a lower level of income. A study from Bhattacharjee, Gopal, and Lawrence in 2003 showed that, for less-known songs, people in lower-income households are more likely to pirate music rather than buy music, with a dependency on the price of music. People are also more likely to pirate music if their perception of the consequences of piracy are low risk. The same study from the University of Lincoln, Nebraska, shows students recognizing that pirating music is illegal, but there has been no enforcement or punishment for many who pirate. People are also more likely to pirate music if they see others pirating and they do not get punished, ultimately increasing the crime rate in digital music. Finally, new technologies such as better Wi-Fi networks and the increase in portable technology have also increased the amount of music piracy through the creation of file-sharing networks. People with a better Wi-Fi connection are more likely to pirate music in the form of downloading music rather than buying music sets because of these advancements. Other than direct message services such as email or texting, people use peer-to-peer networks to upload and download music. In music piracy on peer-to-peer networks, Fetscherin and Zaugg conducted a study on Kaseya, a file-sharing website, to find the usage and quality of the music of this service. A Cornell study found that about 50% of Cornell's incoming and outgoing internet traffic came from Kaseya. Fetscherin and Zaugg found that about 3 to 4 million people were able to download between 500 and 700 million music files. The average size of each song was about 5.5 megabytes, with an average search time on the network being 31 seconds. The study found that of 749 songs selected, 86% of those songs were downloadable, their files were playable, and their sound quality was high. Their study indicated that a song with low quality of music had bit rates that were under 128 kilobytes per second. Their song or their file had unwanted signals, or the song was interrupted for whatever reason. Not surprisingly, many economic effects have come from the actions of music piracy. One study from Mike Redford and another study from Paul Waters, Maya Waters, and Jacqueline Ziegler found a constant loss of revenue in the music industry of about $12.5 billion in 2000 and 2007. The economic impact affects almost everyone in the industry, such as songwriters, recording artists, computer technicians, and many more. However, as we dive into the world of advancements in technology, the initial costs of production of these goods, such as music, are very high, but the cost of reproduction of these digital goods costs far less than the reproduction of physical goods. This can be an advantage to consumers, as lower production costs can mean lower selling costs for consumers. That may seem all fine, but lowering costs has no correlation between a person's intent of pirating music, since a pirate's intent is to never purchase an item in the first place. More successful artists, although, have a higher tolerance towards music piracy of their music, since their revenue does not simply rely on their music sales, and they realize that many people will purchase their album or song legally. The final economic effect of music piracy has to do with the existence of malicious advertisements. These advertisements' goal is to maximize the attention of people who go online. Many of these malicious advertisements were created due to the technological advancements we spoke about earlier, including the expansion of digital music. About $121 billion was spent on online advertising in 2014. Expanding on that study by Waters and Ziegler, they studied the number of high-risk advertisements relating to tempting free music listening and downloading services in New Zealand. They found that 97% of high-risk advertisements were of the malware type. Today, we are stuck in our homes trying to defeat the contagious COVID-19 virus. A Rolling Stones article suggests that as some methods of piracy are falling, some methods of piracy are rising. Streaming piracy sites have gained popularity for their ability to listen to music online on unlicensed websites without having to download them. This article describes a statistical study from Musso, a global media piracy analytical company. Musso found out that from February of 2020 to March of 2020, the use of streaming piracy services have fallen about 1.01%. However, music-related visits to torrent sites grew about 15.62% in the United States from February of 2020 to March of 2020. The cause of the rise? One of the author's takes on this rise involved financial burdens that have come as a result of this virus. Many individuals are unsubscribing to music services because they no longer can afford the cost because of the COVID financial implications. In fact, about 1/6 of respondents of an exit survey for Spotify indicated that they left Spotify's subscription service for COVID-related reasons. When we look at continuity ethics, we can see this idea of loss aversion stem from the first categorical imperative: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. In the case of music piracy, you are stealing by not purchasing someone's work for your own enjoyment and acting as if you had purchased the item. However, if you made a song and one person purchased it and decided to strip the song's audio and post it online, you would think that that action was unfair and not right because your creation made a total profit of approximately 99 cents, even though everyone else gets to listen to it for free because it was posted online. KANT ethics also says to treat others as an ends, never as a means to the ends. When you take something from a person, you are stealing a piece of work from the person without giving anything such as money back. You are involving yourself in an action of theft. As a result of this reasoning, KANT would say that music piracy is not ethical. When we talk about a utilitarianism approach, we can view the pros and the cons of the effects of music piracy. When talking about the pros of music piracy, we can see that 81% of CD listeners continue to purchase as much or more CDs throughout their time. There is also evidence that experienced file sharers are more likely to pay for music rather than pirate it because they are more likely to consider paying for their music. However, we know that music piracy can cost the music industry billions of dollars per year. Also, as music piracy becomes a bigger problem, the total amount of CD sales decreases, impacting the music industry as a whole. Finally, as more advancements in technology comes out, these advancements can make music piracy even worse than it already is today. From a utilitarian standpoint, music piracy would be seen as unethical because while the pros have individual impacts, the cons have both individual and societal impacts when it comes to things like technology and the economy. So what do we do now? Well, the problem with music piracy has no direct solution. There are few ethical ways that we can reduce the amount of music piracy. We know that from the presentation that many people are unaware of the legal consequences of music piracy. One possibility for stopping music piracy is to teach about music piracy and piracy in general in schools so that people are fully aware of the legal consequences of music piracy. Another possibility is to request that local and federal governments work with people studying piracy and cybercrime to come up with new legislation that's meant to find and solve legal issues that relate to music piracy. In conclusion, music piracy is a big problem in the United States and can get worse with new advancements in technology. If we can find ethical ways of informing everyone about the serious consequences of music piracy, then maybe we can reduce the amount of cybercrime through the realms of education and legislation.